Hello my lovelies and welcome back to Sondering Tarot. If you're new here, hi, hello, and welcome. Today we're covering the Unfolding Path Tarot. And as you can see, I own the indie deck and the mass market version as well. Congrats to Athena Noctura. She has her deck being picked up by Hay House. Actually, she's got quite a few of her decks that are picked up by Hay House. But we're going to be comparing the indie versus the mass market. What is the difference? Obviously, being originally an indie decks are more expensive. They're also harder to get. I'm not sure if there's any indie decks still available. However, we're going to differentiate between the indie and mass market and identify all the differences and what stayed the same. And as you can see, we have this lovely silver foiling on this box. I love the foiling on the box. The stamping is beautiful with this design. And it's a very big two-piece box for the indie version. Now, as much as this is really easy to open, the inside, however, and there is my backer number, because this was a 2022 Kickstarter deck. I was backer 223. The inside of this box, we literally have this styrofoam insert with one thumb hole. This is a pain in the ass. This is a pain in the butt to hold cards. Stick my hand in here, see if I can get all the cards out in one go. I've cheated with mine. We have a little pamphlet that is our quote-unquote guidebook with the indie version. I put it underneath just so hopefully the cards wouldn't slide underneath that styrofoam, so I could get the cards out easier. Because I was having issues with that, and this does. It comes right out. So I'll show you all the pieces here. Here's our would-be guidebook. And we do have all things listed on here. Let me zoom this back out. So here is the minors. And it goes through ace through 10, and then we have the court cards down at the bottom. We do get keywords. About 4 for every single one. And then on the other side, we get several for our majors. This is how she had it set up. So no true guidebook, just a couple keywords. And because the creator does only read in the upright and not the reverse, there is only upright meanings available. Here are the backings for the indie version. And let me zoom us back in. Believe it or not, this is really nice cardstock for the indie version. And no, I did not put this deck in order. But flexible, but has bounce back. Good core stock, matte finish, minimal borders, just enough to make sure that the actual design is not touching the outside edge, and they're not even borders. So some people like it, some people hate it. I actually kind of enjoy that rather than a big striped border, because it feels more, I guess, intentional and artsy to do it this way. I do have a flip through of this deck if you haven't seen it all the way through. And this deck does shuffle quite well. And I normally don't ruffle shuffle because I have really small hands, but you can do this just fine with this indie deck. So decent quality. for the box, although it does have hang-ups. A lot of people are no longer using their indie box. They're having to relocate their deck into a bag. I've kept mine in my box, and you haven't seen the indie version on my channel other than a flip through, simply because my ancestors for the indie deck have told me not to use it for others. So the indie deck is reserved for me and me alone, and now that I have the mass market, you guys will start seeing the mass market being used on my channel, because that will be a deck for everyone else. So let's go ahead and look at the mass market. This is actually standard 2-piece Hay House box. And for those of you that are wanting retail price, there you go. Now, I will say there's one thing that annoys me about the box. See, on the inside of the bottom of the box, we have the lovely moon card here. She's sitting in there to be revealed. Now, you see this is the lid, right? But when you flip it over, that is the Ace of Cups. But that's the Ace of Cups upside down. Because the Ace of Cups is this way. So let me flip this box over again. Because there's the card in the upright. And there's the front of the box. It is upside down. This is a printing error. And I don't know if they'll fix it in future versions, or I assume it was not intentional, but it irks me. So that's like the one misprint I've noticeably found with the mass market, and it's not something I quite enjoy. The mass market, however, you do get an actual guidebook. And for those that don't know the creator, there she is. And this is actually a decent guidebook. You get the introduction, why she created the deck, simply because she didn't resonate with traditional symbology for the RWS. Tarot basics, you know, majors, minors, suits, how to use the deck. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tarot spreads. Then we get into the majors. And majors and minors don't matter. You get the number of the card, the title of the card. You get a whole handful of keywords. Remember, the creator only uses upright in her practice. So these are all upright meanings. And then you get a blurb. So every card is a page. Is this the most in-depth, extensive guidebook? No, it is not. However, it is more than what we had in the indie version. So I'll take this. I mean, the information in here is useful, and because we're doing this without actually including reversals, it's not bad for a guidebook. It's an improvement over the indie. I will definitely say that. And of course, because this is an RWS system, if you know the meanings of the reversals, you're quite capable of reading reversals with the Unfolding Path Tarot, regardless of whether you have the mass market or indie version. As you can see, they kept the backings, because this is the mass market copy that I have in this hand. And if I don't drop the deck, well, that would be bad. Here is the indie version in my right hand right here, which I'm about ready to just drop. So they're exactly the same. They reuse the same backings. Side-by-side comparison, I really don't notice a single color difference. So they kept everything pretty much all the same when it came to backings. I will say the other side, however, you see how there's a little bit of a shine on this? And this deck, the indie version, doesn't have that. So there's a little bit more of kind of like a matte gloss finish, matte semi-gloss finish on the mass market, which the indie did not have that. It is a true matte. So different cardstock. appears different in matte, and as you can see, this one I have pretty much still in order. I haven't even shuffled this deck yet. And because this is Hay House, this is their standard card stock. If you have a deck like the Light Seers Tarot, this is the same card stock. So you're well acquainted with how this films on camera, how this shuffles, if you are familiar with Hay House. I'm going to keep this in order. So sorry for that. I'm not going to shuffle this one on camera, but you know, it's got the same flexibility and everything else that the Indie does. So for a cheaper cardstock that's going to uphold the same as the Indie will, this is decent, especially for the price. And all the artwork they kept. It's not like the mass market version has major artwork changes made to it. Every single piece of artwork that the creator had on the Indie version is in the mass market. I love that Three of Wands, by the way. I know some decks, once they go mass market from an Indie deck, they end up changing a few things. They do edits to the artwork, make alterations just to separate versions or to make corrections. This deck does not have that for the difference between the two. So that's just a quick rundown between these two decks, the mass market and the Indie. And yes, reminder that the Indie version right here, which I'm going to start packing up so it's not messy all over my table, it is going to be my own personal spirituality deck. Other than comparison notes, you probably really won't see this deck from me in this version too often, other than maybe I might pull it out for a reference for packaging. Or, like I said, I already have a quick flip through of the Unfolding Path Tarot of the entire deck in order, already up on my channel. So this one, yeah, nice foil box, kind of awkward packaging, but yeah, you won't be seeing this. That's just for my energy alone, whereas the mass market here is going to be for everyone else. So if you own this deck, if you like this deck, and are excited to see me use it, this will be the copy that I will be utilizing for you guys. And hopefully I will get to do that soon, because I just acquired this deck, so spoiler alert for those that are wondering what decks I bought in the third quarter of this year. This is one of them. I will be showing it to you again once I get back from my trip and I do my third quarter decks that are new to my collection. Alright folks, this is basically all I'm going to cover for now regarding these two decks and their differences and likenesses of version. Tell me which one you like, which one you have, which one you don't have, which one you wanted. I own both. I will utilize both. It's just one is reserved for me, one is reserved for everyone else. So says my ancestors. Hence why, sadly, the Unfolding Path Tarot up until now has not seen any play on my daily tarot videos or any of my bigger readings. Alright, my lovelies, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you might have learned something. Let me know what your thoughts are. Don't be afraid to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.